Hello, this is High Priestess Tana, and I'm back with part 2 of Thriller, Michael Jackson's Thriller. So after Michael turns into a zombie and his fellow zombie clan they're doing dances and putting on this performance for his girlfriend pretty much. I would like to go back to talk about how they were dancing in a pyramid and stuff, right? So, yes, Michael and his I guess his zombie family or whatever, zombie friends rather, were dancing like in a pyramid. Now, I want to talk about that, and I want to talk more. Okay, we're delving more into the esoteric side, right? And I was thinking of ancient Egypt, where pyramids represent like spiritual knowledge or spiritual enlightenment. It can also represent prosperity, esoteric knowledge. It can also indicate about burials, right? Because a lot of pharaohs and royal people were buried in pyramids, right? So, especially the pharaohs. So it got me thinking back to how he looked as this werecat slash werewolf thing at the beginning, and I was thinking of Wepawet. Wepawet was a god of war, I believe royalty and funerary rites. Okay, he kind of reminded me of Anubis, kind of favored Anubis, but he had like, he wasn't all black. Anubis is more black in his features, like his skin is black from my understanding, and his like fur or hair or whatever is black. So but Wepawet looked more like a wolf, more than, even though it was obviously dogs and wolves are related, they're in that canine family together from my understanding. So but Wepawet looked more like the character, that werewolf slash werecat looking thing that Mike was depicted as in the beginning, right? So basically, yeah, I was thinking of that. It was giving like a little bit of ancient Egyptian vibes, a little bit to me. That's just my interpretation of thinking about the monsters and stuff like that. And him trying to depict himself as a monster, but I really think that he was trying to show her that he was connected to something deeper from an esoteric slash occult standpoint, contrary to what he mentioned at the beginning of the video, just speaking from his perspective, not being a character in a video, but from his own perspective. At the time, he was a Jehovah's Witness. But it's funny how he gave an apology like, oh, none of these things that I'm depicting in the video are my real views. I'm not a Satanist. I'm not connected to the occult. I don't, basically practice anything that's not of God or anything like that. But from what it looked like to me, I think that Michael may have had some type of knowledge of Egyptian mythology or whatever, because if you think about it, if you look at Remember the Time, not to jump off subject, I was just watching that video earlier today, because this is like the 16th anniversary of 16th year of Michael Jackson's passing, right? So he passed away 16 years ago on June 25th, 2009. So he's been deceased for 16 years. And I would like to say, rest in paradise, Michael Jackson. You really impacted the world, regardless of what people had to say about you. And whatever people try to criminalize you as being or whatever, the world still loves you and will always remember you, and we celebrate you, and we pray that you're living in peace, up there in the heavens. I don't believe what people were saying about